Hello friends, in second part of sequences series, we are going to see few more definitions in continuation with the first part of the sequences series. In first part of the sequence series, we have seen few basic definitions of sequences and different types of sequences with few examples and exercises. Now we have few more definitions of sequences which are very important to understand coming series part. As I told in last class, there is no big difference between functions and sequence. Why? Because functions are defined with variables, whereas sequence defined with numbers. Sequence is a function whose domain is the set of all natural numbers. Here sequence is also function. Remaining definitions of sequences are: first definition, limit of a sequence. A sequence Sn is said to have a limit real number L if for epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer m such that mod Sn minus L less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to m. Mathematically, it is written as limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to L. This definition same as function definition. There we have f of x. Here we have s suffix n. That's all. Here L is called limit point of the sequence Sn. One example I'll show you. Suppose if a sequence defined by like this, where n belongs to n is nothing but natural numbers. It comes under domain only. Then find the limit of the sequence. Nth term of the sequence is n by 2n plus 1. N belongs to capital N. This is given. Now, how we found limit point of function in functions? Same as here also we have to find the limit point of the sequence. I'll give the logic. Please catch it and keep in your mind. To find the limit point of a sequence Sn, highest order n term take common from numerator as well as denominator. So limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to limit n tending to infinity n by 2n plus 1 is equal to limit n tending to infinity. Here in numerator we have only first order n, same as write down. In denominator also we have first order nth term, you take out common 2 plus 1 by n. Now if possible to cancel numerator, denominator, n terms, you cancel it, and in the remaining part you substitute limit value. Then we get 1 by 2 plus 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity 0, 1 by 2. Here 1 by 2 is the limit point of sequence Sn. So I think you have understood how to calculate the limit point of sequence. What I told you, before applying the limit, you take highest order term common from numerator and denominator, and if there is possible to cancel n terms, cancel it, then you apply limit. Second definition, convergence of a sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be convergent if it has limit point. It is clear that for those sequences limit point exists, such sequences are called convergent sequences. See here, a sequence Sn is said to be convergent if it has a limit point, that is limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to L. Here L is finite number and real number. One small example, test whether sequence Sn is equal to n by 2n plus 1 is convergent or not. Here above example I have taken here, Sn is equal to n by 2n plus 1, 1 by 2. Limit existing here, limit n tending to infinity Sn equal to limit n tending to infinity n by 2n plus 1. Here n get cancelled. Here you apply limit n tending to infinity 1 by 2. It is a finite number Therefore, sequence is convergent. So this is the convergent definition. I think it is clear that for those sequences limit point exists, such sequences are called convergent sequence. So what shall we do to see the convergence of sequence? Just we have to check whether limit point of the sequence exists or not. That's all. Divergence of a sequence. Definition. A sequence Sn is said to be divergent if limit n tending to infinity to Sn is equal to plus infinity or minus infinity. Then that is limit point of a sequence Sn does not exist. When limit n tending to infinity, Sn is equal to plus infinity or minus infinity, then limit point of a sequence Sn does not exist. Example, test whether Sn is equal to n cube by n square plus 1 where n belongs to n converges or divergence. Now you see here solution Sn is equal to n cube by n square plus 1 where n belongs to n. Now we have to check the limit point of the sequence Sn whether it exists or not. Already told you. Now limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to limit n tending to infinity. Highest order term n cube is there, write down n cube. Here highest order term n square is there, write down n square. So n cube, n square get cancelled. There will be n term. Something infinity by 1 by infinity, 1 plus 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity 0. Infinity by 1 is equal to infinity. So here plus infinity is existing. So for infinite number. Therefore, limit point of sequence Sn is not existing. Hence, Sn given series is diverges. Okay. Next one. Oscillatory sequence. Oscillatory sequence means a sequence Sn is said to be oscillatory if it is neither convergent to finite nor divergent to infinite or minus infinite. Example, Sn is equal to minus 1 power n where n belongs to n. You consider the series like this. Limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to limit n tending to infinity. Here nth term is minus 1 power n is equal to plus 1 when n tends to even number. Suppose you take two numbers. Second number. So here minus 1 power 2. So it means plus 1. When n tends to odd numbers, it will come minus 1 whole power 3. So minus 1 will come. So it is not plus 1 or minus 1. It is oscillating between plus 1, minus 1 as n tends to even number or odd number. So this type of series is called oscillatory sequence. It is neither convergent nor divergent. Therefore, this is oscillatory. Few more definitions for your reference. Monotonic increasing sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be monotonically increasing sequence if Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for n belongs to n. Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 means what, sir? S1 less than or equal to S2 less than or equal to S3 less than or equal to S4 and so on. So this is increasing sequence. So here you take, suppose later we can explain. Strictly monotonic increasing sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be strictly monotonic increasing sequence. S1 less than Sn plus 1. There will not be equal symbol. So S1 less than S2 less than S3 less than so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you take natural number set. That is more strictly monotonic increasing sequence. Now example you check here. Example Sn is equal to n square. Sn is equal to right sequence 1 square, 2 square, 3 square like this. 1, 4, 9. 1 less than 4 less than 9. So this is what? Strictly monotonic increasing sequence. You may ask doubt, sir. Here you have Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1. No, sir. You have given increasing sequence definition, monotonic increasing. What about this one, sir? For example, Sn is equal to k, constant sequence. So S1 is equal to S2 is equal to S3 equal to S4 equal to all terms are equal to K only. Such sequence is called monotonically increasing sequence. So every constant sequence can be treated as monotonic increasing sequence. Keep in your mind. Next one, monotonic decreasing sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be monotonic decreasing sequence if Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1. So S1 greater than S2 greater than or equal to S3 greater than or equal to S4 greater than, term by term increasing. So strictly monotonic increasing sequence means a sequence Sn is said to be strictly monotonically increasing sequence if Sn greater than Sn plus 1. S1 greater than S2 greater than S3 greater than S4, like this will come. Example, Sn is equal to 1 by n such that n belongs to n is monotonically increasing sequence. Why? Because substitute here n equal to 1, 1, n equal to 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4. 1 greater than 1 by 2 greater than 1 by 3 greater than 1 by 4, like this will come. So this is strictly increasing. Here also equal to we have. So here also constant sequence may become. So constant sequence can be taken as monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing. So here I have mentioned a sequence Sn is said to be monotonic sequence if it is monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing. Coming to monotonic sequence definition, whether it is increasing sequence or decreasing sequence, that is called monotonic sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be monotonic sequence if it is monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing. From the above definitions, it is clear that every constant sequence is either monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing. Why? Because in both definitions we have equal symbol. Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1 or Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1. Equal to is valid for constant sequence. And strictly increasing, strictly decreasing, I have shown examples also. Now next one, bounded above sequence or upper bound of the sequence. A definition. A sequence Sn is said to be bounded above if there exists a real number k1 such that Sn less than or equal to k1, where n belongs to n. Here k1 is called upper bound of the sequence. Here k1 is called upper bound of the sequence. Example, consider a sequence Sn is equal to n by n square plus 1, where n belongs to n. Then for n belongs to n, Sn is equal to S1, S2, S3, S4 is equal to, write down 1 by 2, 1 by 5, 1 by 10, 1 by 17. So here Sn less than or equal to k1 means this k1 must belongs to this set and must satisfy this condition, means that number must greater than or equal to each and every term of the sequence. You choose such number from this. 1 by 2 we can take. Choose k1 is equal to 1 by 2, which satisfies Sn less than or equal to k1. Therefore, k equal to 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, sir. Here 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 5 less than 1 by 2. 1 by 10 less than 1 by 2. So 1 by 17 less than 1 by 2. All these will come. So here 1 by 2 belongs to this set as well as it is satisfying this condition also. Therefore, k equal to 1 by 2 is called upper bound of the sequence Sn. I think you have understood. So what the number is there, that number must satisfy this condition. Every term of the sequence must be less than or equal to that number. That number is called upper bound of the sequence. Similarly, bounded below sequence or lower bound of the sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be bounded below if there exists a real number k2 such that Sn greater than or equal to k2, where n belongs to n. Here k2 is called lower bound of the sequence. Here Sn greater than or equal to k2. So every term of the sequence must be greater than or equal to a number which is in that sequence. For example, I have taken here. Same example I am taking. Same example. 1 by 2, 1 by 5, 1 by 10, 1 by 17 and so on. So when n tends to infinitive, 1 by infinitive tends to 0. 1 by infinitive is nothing but 0. So 0 is there, but we can't see. As n tends to infinitive, series last term will tend to 0. So k2 equal to 0 we can choose. Here 0 will not appear here, but it is there as n tending to infinitive. K2 equals 0, which satisfies the condition Sn greater than or equal to K2. Now you check here. Sn means first term, second term, third term, fourth term, so on. So 1 by 2 greater than 0, 1 by 5 greater than 0, 1 by 10 greater than 0, 1 by 17 greater than 0. So it is satisfying. K2 equal to 0 is called lower bound of the sequence. Okay, this is the definition. So bounded sequence. A sequence Sn is said to be bounded if it has lower bound and upper bound. So Sn less than or equal to K1, this one. Sn greater than or equal to K2 means K2 less than or equal to Sn. K2 less than or equal to Sn. It is upper bound, it is lower bound. When a sequence has lower bound and upper bound, that is called bounded sequence. Example, above a sequence is bounded sequence. So keep in your mind, friends. So by using these definitions, I'll try to clarify your doubts in series also. So in next video, we can see series topic. Until then, be safe. Thank you.